my name is Miss Phaedra. Today I'm going to help you get started learning how to do nature journaling. Nature journaling is really fun for me because it's a combination of two of my very favorite things, being outdoors in nature and being creative. So I really just get to smush them together and really just have a great time doing it. To do nature journaling, you don't have to draw. I'm just going to say that right now. You don't have to draw. It could be poems, it could be just writing about what you're seeing, it could be photography, it could be videography. The point is to be creative about how you're recording the nature that you're encountering. The other thing is you don't actually have to be outdoors to do it. If you're in, stuck in an apartment building or something, you can't get outside without a grown-up, or if you have just a string of bad weather and you just really want to do something, you can even just look out your window, or if you have like potted plants in your house, anything that you can think of that's nature, you can start to journal about.
Let's move into working. Gather your materials. You're going to need something to write on, like a piece of paper. You can use loose copy paper, and then you can always slide them into these page protectors, and then that way you can actually reorganize your art later on. But use something like a clipboard to help contain your work so it doesn't fly around in the wind. You can also buy a journal or make a journal. That's a whole other hobby if you feel like looking that up. Or you can even do something simple like staple together some pieces of paper into a little booklet. In this booklet, I also printed out a little ruler, which is great for measuring things like leaves. Get a sharp pencil and make sure you bring a pencil sharpener with you into the field. Also, an eraser if your pencil doesn't have one. I really like these white PVC erasers much better than the pink kind. You're probably also going to want to color your work. So use something like colored pencils are easy to bring, markers, or even my very favorite is actually watercolors. The last tool that you might not think of is a crayon. It seems like a kindergartner tool, but it's actually really cool for making leaf rubbings, which are a totally accurate way of describing the leaves that you find.
Once you arrive at your location, you can think about what you want to draw. As I was coming toward the spring here at Balcones District Park, I noticed that all the ferns along the walls have died off because of the freeze last week. And a couple weeks ago they were totally green and really alive looking and thriving, but this week they are very dead. And I thought, I wonder which other plants survived the freeze and which other plants did not survive the freeze. So I sat here at the pool and I just kind of did a basic survey. First thing I noticed was this right here. I don't know what this plant is called. This one that's underneath, not the nutsedge. I know what that is. And then I also noticed that behind that plant, there's something with these dark silver green leaves that's called inland sea oats. And there's this plant here, which I didn't even record. Then I started noticing all the larger plants, like this little shrub is an ilex species, like a native holly. And I noticed that on this side of the spring, there was another one of them. I noticed this plant down here, and more sea oats. And I noticed this dewberry bush, or vine.
This project took me about half an hour to do, but if you had less time or different spaces, you could do something shorter, like this snail sketch that I did for 2 minutes, or you could do something similar with clouds or a map of your yard. I wanted to try a new technique here called stippling, and I used a magnifying glass to help me get a better look at this crawdad skeleton. Using something that's still like a crawdad skeleton or a plant like here is a really great way to refine your drawing skills because it's not trying to move away like an insect or a bird. This is a Texas persimmon, which is a native plant that has fruits that ripen in late July and early August, and you can see them kind of everywhere. They leave dark stains, and you can see lots of scat with this big seeds that's inside of it. They're edible, and they're really cool, so I just wanted to do a little bit more of a sketch about them. Make it sciencey. Record the time, the date, the location, and the weather. It's that easy.
So the first step is to gather your materials. The second step is to think about where you want to do your nature journaling. The third step is think about what you want to draw, and then get out there and go do it. And after that, you're welcome to share with any trusted family members or friends, or you can just keep it to yourself. It's completely up to you. And then I hope you really enjoy it and want to keep trying to do it. Again, the more you practice, the better you'll get at whatever art it is that you're trying to pursue. So, good luck!